In light of increasing national student debt, when many question the value of a degree, research proves that in terms of numbers, it actually starts to make sense. Dr. Laurie Joyner, president of St. Xavier, is here to discuss. Dr. Joyner, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start first with what the real costs of education are.
Well, I think one of the first things, it's important to realize that it's often more affordable than students and families realize. For example, it's easy to get intimidated when one sees the sticker price or the advertised price of higher education, but in reality, very few people pay that advertised price. So for example, at St. Xavier University, 100% of our students receive generous financial aid packages, and when we compare our actual cost to other institutions in the area, we just have been so pleasantly surprised that we are the most affordable Catholic university in the state of Illinois and one of the most affordable private institutions in the entire Midwest.
Wow, well, congratulations on that. And what advice would you share with parents and students on assessing those true costs of college and having realistic expectations around that?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's a number of terrific websites out there. The first one would be collegenavigator.com. This will allow students and families to actually put in criteria that they're looking for in their best fit institution and give them a net estimate of the actual cost. What families also need to do, though, is to ask critical questions about first to second year retention rate and college completion rates, things like job placement rates. So for example, the latest research suggests that private institutions have a better four-year graduation rate than our public counterparts. And the reason that is so powerful is because if your student is spending an extra year completing their degree, not only are you paying an extra year of tuition and fees, but your student is also losing out on the opportunity to be employed for that particular year. So asking about the actual results. Another thing is the job placement rates. We're so proud at St. Xavier University that 100% of our nursing graduates are working or completing further education shortly after graduation, and 9 out of 10 of our business majors or arts and science majors are also employed shortly after graduation or completing their master's degrees. So those are the sort of critical questions families should be considering when making this really critical life choice.
Yeah, those are some great stats, and of course there's a difference between a public university, a private one. Talk a little bit about that and how it can affect the future of the student as both a student and also as a professional.
So I often say, you know, choosing a best fit college is really probably one of the most important early decisions that a young person is going to make. And the kinds of considerations that I think you should think about are one, size. So at a place like St. Xavier, our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. And what that means on a daily basis is that our faculty and students truly get to know each other and have the opportunity to engage in all sorts of active learning opportunities like student-faculty collaborative research or internships. Those things that we know are critically successful to help students complete their education on time, but are also really important for success in a 21st global economy. I also think looking at the mission of a particular school is really critical. You want to choose a school that has values that are consistent with you and with your family. So, you know, at my own institution, service is a really important piece of the educational experience. We often say we educate students not just for competence, but also for character and career success. So if that's important to you, you're going to want to go probably to a smaller school that can really focus on your strengths and your interests and help you to map out not just an academic plan that's going to serve you well, but also a series of co-curricular experiences that will really position you well to accomplish your particular goals.
A lot of food for thought there. Dr. Laurie Joyner, thanks so much for your passion and also for joining me here today.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.